Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download at www.audibletrial.com/The Statement Show. Over 100,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. Remember, go to your computer, not your telephone, and go to www.audibletrial.com/The Statement Show. From the Night Shift Crew Studios in the D.C. metro area, this is The Statement Show. I am your host, Terry James, along with my co-host, Zach Chahee. We're covering sports, technology, entertainment, news, and everything in between. The lights are on.
This is author Crystal Rose, and you are listening to The Statement Show with Terry and Zach.
This is Jackie Joy, and you are listening to the hottest podcast around, The Statement Show, with Terry James and Zach Chahee.
You know, what's your name, man? Dan Drops. I'm here for The Statement Show. The Statement Show's here for me.
Hi, this is your naughty lifestyle expert, Sienna Sinclair, and you're listening to The Statement Show.
Welcome back to The Statement Show. This is episode 15. I'm Terry James.
I'm Zach Chahee, and we're the podcast that fits in no category.
That's right, Zach. We have an action-packed show today for everyone.
Action-packed show?
Action-packed. That's right. That's right. Action-packed.
Fucking action figures now?
I am an action figure, yes. I'm, I don't know. Who would be a classic action figure?
Ron
I'm
Jeremy.
bald. Oh! No, I'm bald. And...
Well, see, that's
small.
perfect. You'd be the perfect porn star. Bald. Ron Jeremy.
Yeah. Actually, Ron Jeremy's much better looking than me, so...
That's true.
Not so sure,
With or without the gut?
I think we're equal there. And I'm as hairy as Ron Jeremy. I know that.
Wow, we really going down a hole here. All right, so yeah, what do we do this week? We were talking about new cell phones. I've been drooling over a new phone, the Galaxy Note 2.
Right.
I've been putting it in Terry's ear about this phone. I've been talking about it for weeks. They've been talking about it for months because Verizon wireless is the last company that's been coming out with it. Telling Terry how much I want to get this phone. It's got a 5.5-inch screen. It's got a stylus built in. It has all the apps you could ever want. It's just expandable memory. You could put micro SD card in, put videos on it. It's really cool. The best part is, to me, is 12.5 hours of video time, which was tested by CNET. They have a really cool video called Prize Fight. You could go watch it. They kind of pit it up against some other devices. And Brian Tong's the host of the video, so check it out. But anyway, I just want everybody to know where I get my videos from, Terry. But this phone is 5.5 inches big. You had it in your hand, right?
Yeah. Just today, check this out, man. I go up to the Verizon store. I'm looking at it, and I have the unlimited. I have the old package where it's unlimited, all that. You know, I'm kind of grandfathered in, as well was you before you actually moved over to the new plan.
Uh-huh.
So it was a bit of sticker shock when, well, first of all, I'm staring at the phone. And I'm drooling over it. I'm loving it. Okay, I'm ready to make love to the damn phone right in the store. Okay, and
understandable.
Right, exactly. It's gorgeous. It's a beautiful phone.
Did you give it the front pocket test?
I did not. No, I didn't even get it. Well, here's the thing. I went through all that. I go up to the front, and my first question to him was, I know I need to go to this new plan. How much am I looking at? He tells me I'm going to have to pay $60 more a month with this new plan. Right at that point, you can kiss my ass. I'm not going into $60 more a month. You can fucking forget it. I'm not going to do it. In between all this, it was kind of like that good and the good and evil. I've got the angel on one side, the devil on the other. So the note in this. I
really want the phone.
Right. Theoretically, the note is on one side as being the devil on this one. Now the angel is my wallet, and the note is the devil. So I'm sitting here
the little Verizon guy telling you it's only $60.
It's only $60. You can do this, Terry. You can. Well, you know what? I can, but it was a matter of principle at this point.
Uh-huh.
Now, what I will say is this. Let's forget the Verizon garbage right now, because I'm going to get myself worked up, and I'll be able to talk about an hour and a half about that and how pissed off I was when I left. But before that, if you're looking at the note, like I know you are, and if there's other people that are listening, I'm not the kind of person likes those the stylus pins. I've never liked them. I thought that they were garbage. Didn't really care about them. I was messing with it on the note. Fell in love with it. I know you don't have to use it, but I really, really fell in love with it. I didn't think I would, but wow, it was really cool.
Mind you, this is without even touching the pen part of it, right?
Right, exactly.
So I think what most people get lost in is the whole pen stylus. Look, this phone will do everything your current Android phone does now, and you never have to touch the fucking pen. This is what I keep telling people. Don't worry about the pen if you don't like it. You don't have to touch it. It'll do everything. It's got a quad-core processor, expandable memory, 12.5 hours of battery life. That's constant streaming video or downloaded video to your memory card. Go ahead.
No, that's it. I mean, I honestly, my story is relatively short because my time in Verizon today was relatively short.
Oh, okay. I mean, would you look at this?
That's the issue.
Would you look at this as though you just... See, I told you, I think you could get more accomplished by talking to the customer service rep on the phone. Mm-hmm. It's surprising, like myself, I've gone to the Verizon wireless stores. It's surprising how little the guys at the store actually know about their own product. I want to go in there and tell them, and it's like half the time I go in there to look at a phone, she's like, oh, do you realize it has this? I'm like, yeah, but do you realize it can do this, this, this? I feel like I'm there teaching them how to use something they should know more about than me.
Right.
So half the time, I don't think they really know. I mean, if you want to be a good salesman, you got to know your product, and you got to know it well. I want to say 80% of the time I've been in that store, I usually know way more than they do. Now, this is obviously because I'm a techie person and I watch shitloads of videos, so I kind of follow the whole realm of the tech, what's coming out months in advance. So I'll give you that. I do. But they should know about their own product line when it's sitting on the table. So,
have you noticed? I mean, do you think that these guys? I mean, it's just because they're a little younger. Do you think that they're just getting the job to hold them over to the next step, or what do you think? I mean, obviously the credentials to have to go into Verizon and be a customer service rep doesn't take a whole hell of a lot because, like you said, I don't know tech. I don't know tech even close to the way you do, and I feel like at times I know more than they do. I mean, a lot of it is because I've talked to you and you've schooled me in many ways and thousands of hours of videos, all the stuff
from
that we do.
We did watch a video on this phone, and some guy on YouTube actually put up. Now, there's a lot of unboxing videos. People like to see what it's like, take it out of the box and everything. People are so fascinated with products today. They'll watch videos of people actually taking it out of the box. When you watch the video, there was actually a guy who taped when the FedEx guy came to his front door.
Yeah.
Literally, the FedEx guy came to his front door, and you show him signing for it and holding his dog back. Like, I don't want to see that shit. No. I mean, I get it. You're excited, but who the fuck wants to watch all that? I had to forward through like 3 to 4 minutes just to get to the part where he's talking about the phone, only to hear the guy's like, I did a phone in the box. You can't understand a fucking word he's saying.
Well, I thought the brilliant part was, like you said, it spent 3 minutes getting to the fact he's walking down
signing
the steps.
For the fucking phone.
Right, sign for the goddamn phone. Next thing you know, he goes through all the unboxing process, but the problem was he really hardly ever fired it up and showed you what the damn phone can do for you.
Look,
he showed me exactly what the FedEx driver looked like. He showed me that he knows how to put a signature on the thing, but he never showed me what the note looks. I mean, he unboxed it. He said, oh, it really looks good in my hand, but he never really fired it up and showed me anything about the phone, which is obviously the reason that I'm putting it on YouTube in the first place.
Oh, sure. Now, if anybody doesn't have an idea, if you've heard of the Kindle Fire tablet, that tablet is 7 inches, okay? This Galaxy Note phone is 5.5 inches. We're talking an 1.5 inch difference here, literally, in your phone. So they have a name for these phones. It's called a phablet. Now, it sounds kind of weird. It sounds like a fucking tampon, but it sounds kind of weird. It does kind of match what this phone is. It's a cross between a phone and a tablet. It's big. It meets a category, though. There's a lot of people who say, oh, the phone's too big. Then it's not for you. That's fine. Nobody wants to hear you ramble on about how you don't want the phone. Don't get it. There's plenty of phones out there for everybody. This meets a niche market of somebody who wants a big phone. If you don't want the phone, then shut the fuck up. Nobody wants it.
Right.
So,
are you seeing it the same way as I am? Because if we look back in the 80s, remember the old big-ass...
Oh, the bricks.
The big Zach Morris Saved by the Bell telephone, the cell phones. And then they got to that point to where they got real teeny tiny. They were like super small. Now all of a sudden, they're going back to big again. Well, does that mean like in another 5 years they're going tiny?
I don't think it's like they're going back to big. I think they figured out that no one phone fits everybody. Like, I'm 6'5", okay? This phone fits me fine. I want a big phone on purpose. Because look, I don't really check my email on my computer too much anymore. Now, we do the show on the computer. We do some of this productivity stuff on the computer. But for the most part, when I redid my computer like 8 months ago, I didn't even put my email back on it. I check my Gmail on here, but my regular Verizon email, I don't ever check because I get it all on my phone. Right. This phone meets that demographic as far as being able to look at everything on a bigger screen. I just want that bigger screen. It feels my niche. It's something I want. And I don't like the iPhone. I think the iPhone's for people who don't need as much. I'm not going to say it's for, it's for idiots or anything. I don't believe that at all. iPhone is a great phone. My wife has one. My daughter has one. We don't have a home phone. Right. But the iPhone is I think an average user who never had a smartphone before, it's a great phone because you don't really need to know a lot about it. It's self-explanatory in how to use it, and it's easy to learn. An Android phone is when you want to dive a little bit more in and have more control and do more things with your phone, because the iPhone is a little bit more pinned down, and the Android phone has that openness to it. It allows you to do what you want to do with it. This Galaxy phone, I kind of got lost here. What the fuck were we talking about?
I don't even know. I mean, about 5 minutes ago, I was just going to tell everyone they need to go see it for themselves, and then we kind of got wrapped up into this whole craziness. But
look, if we start talking tech, I will talk for hours. Right. All I gotta say is,
I know you will.
If you like big phones, this phone is for you. If you don't like big phones, well, I don't really give a shit. Look,
right.
So
go to another phone.
Yeah, go look at another phone. There's a phone niche for everybody. Small, big, large, iPhone, Android, BlackBerry, which will probably be out of business in the next few years. Oh, yeah, the Windows Phone, if anybody wants to fucking go down that rabbit hole.
I don't.
Yeah, there's a phone for everybody. The phone companies have figured out they're going to just start charging people for data, and this is where they bend you over, and it's the bill. The bill's gotten bigger. So you basically have to either decide you're going to pay more out every month, or you're going to do less of something, or... I went over this bill with you and told you basically you're going to have to be more careful about your data because that's really where they're charging you for. You have to do more on your Wi-Fi and less over the air, being so nonchalant. Now, you have your unlimited data plan now, and they said you can keep with it, stick with it. I'm telling you right now, in 2 years, you ain't going to have that plan either because you want another phone and you have to upgrade, and you ain't going to pay $700-800 for a phone. Or they're going to figure a way out to get you off that plan. But they're going to eventually kill that plan one way or another. They're only going to let people grandfather so long.
And I told you, when this happens, I'm just going over to some basic-ass, I don't know, what is it, Cricket? Or Boost Mobile? Or, what other, Track Phone, I guess?
I don't know anything. I would love somebody to send us an email at thestatementshow@gmail.com. Tell us what you think about the topic we're just talking about with these phones.
Yeah, and if you have a Windows phone, address that one to Zach. And not
actually
Terry,
send me one on that fucked up Play School phone of yours, and let me know what it's like. So, but anyway, that's thestatementshow@gmail.com. Go to our website www.thestatementshow.com and go to the contact page. You can contact us there. You can click on if you like audiobooks, by the way, there you can get a free audiobook. But go ahead and check that out on the link and check out some of our new affiliates. We got Old Time Candy. You want to get some candy from like the 80s or the 70s, candy you can't find in the stores anymore. They have everything. We've got Journey shoes.
Oh man.
Yeah, you get shoes from Journey.
Love Journeys. It's a great place.
And if you shop for electronics, Newegg.com has fantastic pricing on electronics. Go there, click on the link, and help out our show a little bit. We'll get a little taste. And when I say little, I'm talking like half a cent for your $1,000 purchase.
Microscopic, yes. Have you thrown Adam and Eve up there yet?
No. But
okay.
Sometime within the next week or two, check our website out, Adam and Eve for adult toys. If anybody likes walking around the streets with a butt plug, go ahead, check it out. But anyway, go ahead.
I have two of them, yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. So go ahead to our website, check out our affiliates, help out the show. Check out the Galaxy Note 2 from Verizon. I talk about how their bills are getting higher, but I still believe Verizon's the best network out there. You could go ahead and try and look at, Cricket, the throwaway mobile phones, but the problem is their carriers, in my opinion, they're just not as good as Verizon. The most reliable network out there is Verizon. And by the way, I wanted to tell you, Terry, this last week, Verizon Wireless came out with their rating system here for the last year, basically rating how customer services are for these companies, and Verizon Wireless is at the top. Guess
Really?
who's at the bottom? For the
Let's go
third
with
straight year.
Apple.
No. Wireless carrier. Apple.
Oh, wireless carrier. Sprint.
AT&T.
Yeah, well, you know.
That's a big shocker for everybody, by the way, I bet. But anyway.
AT&T, yeah.
Oh, anyway.
You know, I would like to hear some people talk to me about the track phones and the Cricket or Boost Mobile or whatever, like you said, the throwaway phones. I'd love to hear about them because I'm telling you right now, I'm going that direction. If things don't start getting a little better with Verizon, I'm heading that direction. So I would love to hear from people that happen to have it.
You're not going to go to one of them crap phones.
Why would I not? What, crap phones? Why are they crap phones? Why are you hating on these people?
I don't think you're going to that plan. I really don't. I mean, if people talking, well, you might, but I don't think it'll be long before you go back.
I'll just go from track phone to Cricket to mobile to Boost Mobile or whatever they are. I don't know. I've never. What is it? Virgin Mobile? Yeah, Virgin Mobile. I'll try them all.
I want you to get one of those brick fucking phones that you used to put in people's cars that came with a traveling case, and see if you get that turned back on or something.
That's exactly what I'm going to do.
Would it be called a feature
just
phone?
To piss you off?
Yeah, there you go. So we were perusing the files. We were looking at this phone, and they had a great story on a New York City cop helping out a homeless man, a homeless man, giving him some shoes. It was a pretty inspirational. I have a clip. I'll play just a short, a short clip here explaining what happened.
A New York City police officer on a frigid November night in Times Square bending down to give a homeless and shoeless man a pair of brand new boots. This scene would have gone unnoticed, except Jennifer Foster, a tourist, just happened to be there.
And I heard him quite clearly say, I have these size 12 all-weather boots for you. Let's take care of you.
She surreptitiously snapped this picture and sent it to the NYPD. The department posted it to Facebook 2 days ago, and tonight it has almost 2 million views, 400,000 likes, and more than 28,000 comments. It's also been passed around the globe from Romania to Russia to China. And today, the officer himself came forward. He is Lawrence DePrimo, an unfailingly polite 25-year-old who still lives with his mom and dad.
So I went up to him. I was like, buddy, where's your socks? Where's your shoes? He was like, I never had a pair of shoes. It's okay, officer. I said, but God bless you. So I knew right then I needed to help him.
When you presented him with the boots, what was his reaction?
He couldn't believe it. He's like, this is too much, officer. He's like, God bless you and be safe and everything. And like I said, it was almost like you just gave him $1 million.
Officer DePrimo doesn't know anything about the man he helped or what's become of him, but he keeps the receipt for the $75 he spent on those boots in his bulletproof vest. A reminder for all of us about the pervasiveness of need and the potential for compassion.
A New York City cop gives a homeless man shoes, and they take a picture of it. It's been like a very inspirational thing. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't want to take away from what this guy did. It's fantastic. I don't know, man. My take on the whole thing is he did a great thing, but do we have to pump it up like he's the Pope, like he just had coming to Jesus moment? He did a fantastic thing. Like I said, he did a fantastic thing, but people are supposed to have a moral compass, and people are supposed to do a nice thing from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
It's come to the point now when somebody does do something of this nature, it's like, oh my God, he did something nice. Well, somebody actually took a picture of a New York City cop doing something nice and not beating the shit out of somebody or dragging him through the streets. So I commend him. He did something extremely nice, and I do want to put that out there. No way am I putting any negative spin on it. And he definitely is one of New York's finest.
Okay, here's what I'm going to say. The guy, young man, 25 years old, still lives with his parents, okay? This guy, when you're looking at 25-year-olds, you never think that they think on their most 25-year-olds or whatever.
Who? The cop living with his parents?
The cop is 25 years old, and he still lives with his parents.
Well, I guess I guess the homeless man's not live with his parents.
I'm not even going into that.
Okay.
You are.
Hey, he could be. Hey, think about it. The box out on the side of the street. His parent. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I can't. I cannot. Yeah, but he's 25 years old. Still lives with his parents. Many people at 25 years old. You always hear the older group talking how the young guys. They have no love for anybody. It's a different world now. I commend him. I think that it was an absolute, it was wonderful that he would even think about doing that. And what was great about it was I thought that with the picture, when the picture was taken, he didn't even know that she was taking that picture. I think that when you do something, if he had known that she was taking the picture and he was just doing it to say, hey, look at me, I'm a good guy, not all New York Police Department is bad, and he didn't even know that she was taking that picture. I think that when you have someone that young and you have someone that compassionate, and we all know, and don't get me wrong, I mean, I'm saying this because we kind of know what the salary of a cop is, and we know that the NYPD makes pretty good money, but it also is very expensive to live in New York City.
Oh, sure.
Those guys don't get paid near enough for what they do, and for him to take the money out of his own pocket and do something for a fellow man, I think that it was noble, and for
commendable.
all. Yes, absolutely. And all the attention that he's getting is definitely noticeable, because here's the fact, Zach, and you know this just as well as I do. Most cops, you only hear about the negative. You always hear about the bad guys who got caught, having sex with somebody in the back of their police car, or, the
beating the
cop
shit out of somebody.
Yeah, about sure. Somebody that's beating the hell out. And you know what? There are a few cops that do wrong. We know that. We've seen that. And I'm not claiming, I'm not sitting here on my high horse and saying that all cops are great, because we know that there's bad cops.
Oh,
but
sure.
guess what?
And like I said,
guess what though,
yeah.
man? There's also bad construction workers. There's also bad post office workers.
There's bad teachers, bad guards, bad.
Right.
Yeah, I get that.
There's bad everything. I think that for what he did specifically because it's New York City, and the rap that those guys get with the cops, and, other than literally 9/11 on what they did there, it's always the negative. It's always that they beat the hell out of this person, or they didn't respond to a call 30, 45 minutes late, or this or that. So now you snap a picture here. Now all of a sudden is it overkill? No, it's not overkill. I'm happy that somebody snapped a picture. I'm happy that this guy did what he did, and I commend him. You know what? I wish we could have him on the show. I wish I could talk to him and personally thank him for some of the things that he's done. And you know what? The homeless guy said he had never owned a pair of shoes in his life, and this guy goes in and grabs a pair of all-weather boots with his own paycheck. I find that amazing, and I you know what? Like I say, if I could have him on the show, I would love to have him on and keep doing it, man. Because at 25, if you've got those kind of morals at 25, we'll love to see you at 35 and 45 years old when you become a 20-year veteran of the police.
Sure. He might get more jaded down the road, and some guys just kind of see that all the time, let it go. And I know from what I read, he went to the store and bought him like all weather boots or something to that. So it wasn't cheap, especially in New York City.
Exactly.
But like you said, I realize it's a high cost living city, and this is in the whole 9 yards. But I looked it up. They get paid well when you come from an area where the cost of living isn't so high. You look at it, you're like, wow, they get paid a lot of money. It's all relative. You have to understand, when you live in a place like that, your grocery bill on average is going to be $100, $200 a week, because everything is high priced. Right. So. Yeah, and like I said, I wasn't trying to diminish, police officers. I just think sometimes they have a way of throwing attention on something. I wasn't trying to say what he did was bad. I'm just trying to say that more people should do it. It shouldn't be as big a deal, only for the fact that it should be more common. If everybody did something to that degree from time to time, we wouldn't have some of the problems we have today.
Well, that would be great, but we all know how
paying it forward. Isn't that what they call it? Paying it forward?
Right, exactly. But you know what? If you saw, let's say, Johnny Depp walking down the street and he happened to do the exact same thing, you know what everyone would say? Oh, he's just doing it for the PR. He knew that the cameras were around him. Well, what if Johnny Depp was that genuine and actually cared? But you never hear about Johnny Depp or, I don't know, Kim Kardashian or whoever just walking along and helping someone out. It happened to be a cop who, as we all know, cops are as blue collar as it gets. They're just like you and I. Let's be honest. Johnny Depp and Kim Kardashian are not like you and I. They are a whole other tax bracket, whole other deal for those guys. A cop, a fireman, those guys, teachers, when they do something like that, it hurts the pockets. I don't give a damn who you are. $100 out of your own pocket, that's a lot of money.
Okay, well, like you're saying, okay, not a lot of people do these kinds of. You know who Russell Brand is?
Yeah,
the actor.
Mm-hmm.
Have you noticed in the last few months there's been stories about how he's been taking homeless people to breakfast? He took a whole group of them to breakfast.
Right.
He, I believe he hit the cart not too long ago. One of them, he got out, helped put all the stuff back in the guy's car. I mean, there are people out there who do. He's not. I mean, he gets some. People are almost acting as though he's a little nutty, though. Instead of, can it be because he's just doing something out of the kindness of the heart and he has the resources to do it?
See, that's the question. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. Is it that he's that nice of a guy, or is it that he's just doing it for the PR? That's the question. You know what I mean? There's always the naysayers out there. Maybe Russell Brand's just that nice of a guy. I don't know.
I honestly think, from the bottom of my heart, I think he's just that nice of a guy. Mm-hmm. And I don't think, because it's just, paparazzi fly around, they take pictures of people all the time. That's how they caught this. He didn't go out there looking for somebody to get this as a story. So he just took a bunch of homeless people and took them out to breakfast. So, I mean, I have friends that are cops, and I have a brother-in-law who's a police officer in Florida, and they do a dangerous job. They do something, and it's also something that they wanted to do and they love. So I commend everybody who goes out there and does that for a living. Some are good at it, some are not good at it. So you have a tendency to see the people who don't have the raiment. I think they all have gone into it for the right reasons in the beginning, but some of them get jaded. And some of them get bent, and some of them start thinking, well, I'm above this, and I'm above that. And those are the stories you hear about on the TV, and you're like, oh, the fucking cops, they just think they can do whatever they... No, that you are seeing a select group of bad apples that made it on somebody's cell phone, and now this does not represent the whole. It represents a small portion of people who've decided they were above it. So you just have to remember that not all cops are assholes, and not all cops just pull you over for the sake of pulling you over. There are a lot of guys out there who do a good job. You just have to remember that and keep a calm, cool, level head. So, as
a matter of fact, speaking of level-headed people,
yeah,
I know you would like to speak about someone.
Oh yeah, this Angus kid from 2.5 Men, the bitchy little kid, saying how he's getting like $300,000 to $350,000 an episode, and he's telling people that it's filth. I'm a Christian. Don't watch my show. Man, that's fantastic. Then what the fuck are you doing on the show? You got high morals. Walk away. And then he goes back apologizing that he shouldn't have said that. He didn't realize people were going to see it. What do you mean you didn't realize people were going to see it? You're in front of a video camera.
Right.
What did you think was going to happen? You're bitching about the show that's paying you a shitload of money, and this show's riddled with controversy already. By the way, this show stinks without Charlie Sheen, in my opinion.
Look, I'm not saying what he said was not true, because it is garbage after Charlie Sheen.
Oh, we are playing a clip, by the way. I am going to play a small clip of him bitching about the show.
I'm on 2.5 Men. I don't want to be on it. Please stop watching it. Please stop filling your head with filth. People say it's just entertainment. It's bad news. It's bad news.
Yeah, he's paid $350,000 per episode. Look here, you snotty-nosed little fuck. Shut up. Go to the damn set every day. Deal with it, okay?
And if you're that high moral, take what you need to live, and then give the rest of your check to the Christian.
Oh, right. You're getting paid what? I don't know. Whatever the hell. I mean, they have what?
Reportedly $300,000 an episode, and
they make 20 episodes.
I'm not really sure, but they did say if he walks away, they will sue him for breach of contract. And you know what? I believe you should sign. They make these guys sign a contract for a reason. You're getting paid a lot of money and you have a really nice living, and you have a certain living that most people aren't accustomed to. But for some reason, you decided to go on video and bitch about the show that's paying you a shitload of money. Let's not forget, these people you see on the screen are, 1% of the show? There are people who have families to take care of that work on these sets all the time, and they do all the grunt work. You're bitching trying to get them out of a job. So I just think it's ridiculous.
Yeah, because if you go through the whole entire the reads on online or listen to his comments, it basically goes into the show's puke. It's this, it's that. So and then he tries to go back and apologize for it. Right. So basically what he's saying is, I hate the show, I hate this, I hate that. And then as he apologizes, it's basically no disrespect. I didn't mean any of that. You know what? I fucking hate when people say something.
He's full of shit, dude.
But right before that, like if I'm looking at you and I go, you know what? No disrespect, Zach, but you're a fucking dickhead. That doesn't mean that
and
makes
an
it
hour
nicer.
later you come back and say, I didn't really mean it.
Yeah,
You did, or you wouldn't have fucking said it to begin with.
No, I'm not even talking about that far. I'm talking about just because you put no disrespect in front of it, that means it's completely okay. No disrespect.
I said no disrespect, so that negates me from having
that completely
being
stops
an asshole.
You know what? No disrespect, Terry, but you're a fucking cocksucker. Oh, but I said no disrespect. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, by the way.
No, it's not okay.
I'm not responsible for anything I just said.
It's not okay, dude. I don't care who you are. But what was funny, did you notice that...
James, no disrespect, but you're a shitty of an asshole of a co-host.
No disrespect. No, none taken, man. None taken.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
And then did you notice that Charlie Sheen, he weighed in on it, obviously.
Yeah, he couldn't resist.
Winning! And he says that, quote, it's impossible for anyone to spend 10 years in a show creator Chuck Lorre's hive of oppression without suffering some form of an emotional tsunami. Huh. What the fuck are you talking about? Who says this? Who says that? A hive of oppression?
You can't understand unless you drink tiger's blood. Come on, man. Join us wizards.
I don't get it, man.
If you don't drink tiger's blood, I can't talk to you, James. If you don't understand what winning's all about.
I know. And when Charlie Sheen was going through that, I couldn't help but love the guy. But anyway, let me ask you this. What the hell does Chuck Lorre do to people? That's the question. I mean, wow.
He makes them rich, makes them successful, and in return, they shit on them.
Yeah, so it's probably not Chuck Lorre. It's the money that's probably doing this to everyone. Because if I'm not mistaken, well, obviously, Charlie Sheen had a complete meltdown. This little dickhead having a meltdown. And you figure John Cryer, I think his wife was all but, I think, she set up a hitman to kill him or something right there a couple years back. So the whole show is cursed. Like they said, it's cursed. What the hell is going on? And oh, come on, Ashton.
You know what?
Really...
It was funny when Charlie Sheen was on. It was funny when the kid was young. I don't even watch it anymore, to be honest with you, but I just think it's ridiculous that he gets on here, bashes a show that's paying him so much money. And then he goes out there trying to sell it that he didn't know that people were going to see this video. So
right. I'm just hoping that somewhere down the line, Ashton comes out and goes, "Oh, you just got punked. I never really was on this show." Like, because your show's garbage with you, Ashton. You fucking suck.
He's ridiculous that he badmouths his own show. He's getting paid a lot of money. We'll see what happens. I know he's going to continue to be on the show because they got a contract with him. So I don't know if this is some slick way of trying to get out of being on the show and get out of his contract. Maybe he was hoping they would fire him or something. I really don't know what it is.
I don't know, man. It just seems like whenever these guys get into this little Christian, or not, I don't even call it, I don't even know what the hell, that the little God thing that they get into every once in a while, you see this, and then next thing you know, 1 minute the show's fine, then next day they get into that, I'm going to start going to church, I'm going to start doing, then everything's terrible, everything's awful. Fine 2 years ago, now it's terrible.
Yeah, in no way diminishing your religion. Hey, everybody has a religion, you have to respect it. I have no problem with Christianity, but if you're an actor and you're on a show like this and you think it's filthy and you have high morals, then breach your contract and walk away. Or give your paycheck to a charity of the Christian faith.
Right.
Do something that you think is going to do worthwhile. Try to change the show. Tell them I want something in the script that's a little bit more towards what I believe in now. Try to make a difference. But by bitching about it, that just turns people against you.
Mm-hmm.
So... especially when you go back and recant the story. That just tells people that you just bent because it isn't really you saying that. It's your PR person behind you telling you, oh, my God, you got to tell them you recant it. You didn't really mean it. I don't know. I don't believe it. I just think it's a bunch of bullshit.
I don't know, man. I get tired of people just throwing stuff down my throat anyway, whether it's politics or religion or whatever. It gets old just hearing it all up in your ear all the time, I don't really care who's Christian, who's not, who's Democrat, who's Republican. I don't care. It's none of my business. And why, I don't go out of my house telling everyone what I do. And, you know, I mean, hell, we have a podcast and we still don't sit around talking about I'm this and I'm that. Good God, you know what? I mean, when people listen to us, we've talked about this before. Off air, we've talked about this, Zach. We literally, we check these stories out. We put our 2 cents into it. You can get the news from ABC, NBC. You can get it from whatever you want.
Oh, sure.
We just like to put our twist on things. You know what? If you don't like our twist, let us know. Email us. Let us know what you think. I mean, that's the only way. I would love to read your emails. I would love to have you show so we can talk about it.
Oh, sure.
And that's what makes the world go round. You know, not everybody's going to agree with you. Not everybody's going to agree with me.
We would love to read your emails, by the way, period. So, hey,
absolutely.
I know of a great place they can do that, where they can send us an email. That's at
and where would that be, Zach?
www.thestatementshow.com. That's thestatementshow.com. Go to our website, hit the contact page, and send us an email and bitch about how you hate us.
Yeah.
If you don't like us and you think we're idiots, send us a comment. We'll be more than happy to ignore you. I'm not going to listen.
I'm professional at that. I ignore everyone.
So, hey, you send us an email. Tell us what you love about the show, what you hate about the show. If you want to be on the show, and tell everybody what you hate about the show, just send us an email. So we're continually trying to get more guests on the show. Just so you know, it's not, we try to get some high profile people on here. We get some, we don't get some. We're still trying to get people. If you're somebody you want to hear from, somebody you want to have on the show, you want to have an interview, you have a question for, tell us who you want to talk to. We will try to get that person on the show for you. We'll do the best we can. We've had some of the past people. We've had some porn stars, Jackie Joy. We've had some authors, Sienna Sinclair, naughty lifestyle coaches and tour guides.
Fran
Drescher talking about her Cancer Schmancer Society, which is a really worthwhile foundation to check out. So go to our website, see some of the past, listen to some of the past shows, share some of the past shows, tell everybody about our website, and come with us on the journey as we get bigger, because we are getting bigger a little at a time, but we are getting bigger. So listen to the show, support the show, check out some of the links. This isn't going to up the price of anything you buy on Amazon or Newegg, or if you get some of the candy or the shoes. It doesn't factor into your price at all. It just helps support our show.
For any of the any late minute, any late breaking things that we have going on, make sure you follow us on Twitter at Statement Show. We try to put up right as soon as we've booked a guest. We like to put that up on Twitter immediately.
So you can send us some questions. Yeah,
absolutely. Exactly. That's the number one way. If you want to know exactly how the Statement Show is going, make sure you follow us on Twitter at Statement Show. And
we have a great deal for our listeners, especially for our Audible listeners, or for the Statement Show listeners. You go to our website at www.thestatementshow.com, and we have a link on the right side of the page for audible.com. First-time listeners, okay? You can get a free audiobook with a free 30-day trial. That means you can get a free audiobook and quit, and you get to keep that book. But you're not going to want to quit. They have great selection. You get great deals. You get, what is it? You get like 30% off for being a member.
Yeah, 30%, right?
You get 30% off books. These are books you can listen to when you're traveling. It's a great experience. I mean, some of the books are 5 hours, 8 hours, 23 hours. There's a book, Walt Disney book, I plan on getting in the next month or two, that's 23 hours long, telling you about Walt Disney's accomplishments.
Right.
But you want to know the new book that I just got?
What's that?
I just got the book you're listening to, Kevin Smith's Tough Shit.
Oh, right.
I'm going to tell you what, he talks about how he got started in the movie career. He talks about how Bruce Willis is a whiny baby. And, oh, my God, I was laughing my ass off how Bruce
I told you. Hilarious.
Oh, my God. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm going back between two different books. One's Adam Carolla, not Taco Bell material, and he's hilarious. I mean, he's just one of these kind of guys that when he's talking, he's just funny, okay? Mm-hmm. But we want to tell everybody that you enjoy these audiobooks. There's a lot of crap out there today, but this is really great material. I mean, first of all, Kevin Smith's book, I mean, it's him talking. It's him narrating the book. You just ask Terry. It's great.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's an amazing book, right?
Adam Carolla, he's talking about his book. We're talking 30% off of when you get a credit every month that you can apply towards a book. You get 30% off any other books when you don't have a credit. If you just want to buy one to listen to, you get 30% off. The pricing's not bad at all. You're going to love it. So there's a lot of benefits. There's also, you get a podcast subscription to, what is it, the New York Times or Wall Street Journal. So
yeah, you're right. Wall Street Journal, right.
Well, there's actually, I think they're both on there, to be honest with you. But there's benefits galore. So go to our website at www.thestatementshow.com. Go ahead to the right side of the page. Click on the Audible link. Now, this is, I'm sorry, but this is for the first time listeners of Audible, first time new customers. We need you to go to your computer and type in Audible Trial /The Statement Show if you just want to type it into the address bar. But it's audibletrial.com /The Statement Show. Now, it doesn't work on your cell phone. We've already tried. For some reason, this is something they're working on right now. But if you do it on your cell phone, it doesn't work for us anyway. It'll work for you, but not for us. So if you want to help,
it's all about us. Everything's about us.
So, but if you want a great book and a great listening experience, go to audibletrial.com /The Statement Show, or go to our website at thestatementshow.com and click on the link and check out some of our other affiliates. But anyway,
don't forget, I mean, there's over 100,000 titles to choose from.
Oh, exactly.
What is it for your iPhone, your Android, Kindle, MP3 player? It's a really great deal. And as a matter of fact, I just downloaded another one. Is about Area 51. It so far has been a really, really great book. And I now have 3, the Kevin Smith, the Area 51. I love to hear any kind of documentaries or books about serial killers. So this one is a whole like 7 or 8 hours regarding serial killers. And literally it goes from their youth all the way up to the time that they got arrested, a lot of the letters that they're sending through in prison. It's a really, really interesting book. And like you were talking, this one is an 8-hour book. For the serial killer book is an 8-hour book. So, that's going to take me a long time to finish it. If you have a long commute, if you like to listen to books, while you're working out. Right.
Oh, yeah. It's fantastic. Exactly. Go ahead and check out our website. Click on the link. That's a free audiobook and a free 30-day trial. If you don't like it, cancel. They let you keep the book. And This is for first-time listeners, so enjoy the book. Go check it out. I guarantee you, you're going to love it. You're going to try the free trial, and you're going to stick with it because you're going to love it. It's a great experience. Something else I wanted to talk about before we end the show out here. I was addressed to a video that – have you ever heard of DDP?
I have.
Diamond Dallas Page.
Used to love him.
Oh, man, he was a fantastic champion with the WCW. Got into wrestling later in his life and became a champion at age 40. Okay, he has a yoga program, and I'm looking into this myself because I'm thinking about trying it.
Oh, Lord.
If you go Diamond Dallas Page, DDP Yoga, it's called Extreme Yoga. There is an inspirational video on YouTube. And if you look it up, DDP Yoga inspiration video or just DDP Yoga, you'll see he's been really pumping this video. It's a war veteran that got really overweight, got injured, couldn't really walk. Nobody really wanted to help him or take him on, I'm assuming because of liability issues. But it just shows through this inspirational video how he starts slowly doing the DDP yoga program, and he gets to the point where he can walk. He loses over 100 pounds, and he can run. And I don't know anybody who can't watch this video and feel inspired to work out.
Exactly. Right. Yeah, when you showed it to me, it's definitely nice. It's definitely a heartfelt story. It's good stuff.
So when you think yoga, you don't think, oh my God, hard ass workout.
No, when you think yoga, you think the soccer mom that kind of goes in after everything, after she's finished with the kids and
you don't think big guys doing yoga. You think this is like a woman thing. But I'm going to tell you, from what I've been reading, Chris Jericho does it. He's on DDP's website checking out the yoga. It tells you all about how he's used it. It's great for flexibility and people who have joint pain. So, I'm going to try it down the road here. I'm thinking about getting his program and trying it out, and I'll relay the progress as we're doing it and tell you what I think about it. But I also want to tell everybody I am going to try my hardest to get DDP on the podcast, and we're going to talk about this program. I really want to get him on. If we don't get him on, then I'm still going to do it. It's not like it's hinged on getting him, but I definitely want to try to get him on the show, Terry. So
that'd be great. Yeah, that would be nice.
But with the Christmas season, Thanksgiving, everything's been kind of crazy. We do a weekly show, and I realized we didn't put one out for a week or so. Apologize for that, but things get a little crazy from time to time. We will definitely keep the show on a weekly basis as much as we can. But send us your comments to thestatementshow@gmail.com. We'll do the best we can to answer you or to get people on that you want to see or hear from. So, Terry, I don't know I think this is a good place to end it and get back to everybody next week. And we'll get everybody and let them know about the week in review, because that's kind of what we're doing now, putting our little spin on it.
Absolutely. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Statement Show.
Or go to our website at
www.thestatementshow.com.
Fantastic. So, everybody, it's time to turn the lights out on another episode of The Statement Show.
See ya.
Thanks for joining us at The Statement Show. If you like the show, go to our website at thestatementshow.com and click on one of our affiliates. Subscribe to our show at iTunes and Stitcher Radio. Also, check us out on Facebook and YouTube, and at Twitter at Statement Show. For comments or concerns, or to be a guest on The Statement Show, email us at thestatementshow@gmail.com.